Aqua gang, what it do? It's your girl Empress 777 here today with a general love message for my Aquarius soul family. Hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guides, please give us exactly what we need to know for my Aqua gang, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. These messages are general, guys. They may or may not resonate. Okay, use your intuition to guide you towards the messages that are here for you today and leave the rest for whoever it's here for. That's how that goes. Cross watchers, place yourself where you belong in the reading. Don't force anything to fit. Okay, y'all? Click that like button, please. It's free. It is one of the easiest ways to support our channel and help people know that we're here and move us along on this algorithm. If you haven't already done so and you would like to make it official, go ahead and click that go ahead and click that subscribe button. Do both. Click the like button and the subscribe button, okay? As well as the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload for your sign. All right, now. Me stumbling over my words is very telling of the energy that I was feeling. I almost feel really, really anxious. In my energies, right? It came up very abruptly just as I was beginning this reading. I almost feel like my palms are beginning to sweat. There's a bit of a shakiness, and you heard the little bit of the stutter or my words coming out incorrectly or me saying something when I intended to say something else. So this is definitely the energy of this person. There's something about what you're doing or what you've done that has really triggered something within themselves. This is a part of this person that they maybe thought that they got over, or they maybe thought that they got beyond this insecurity of theirs based on what they were able to accomplish in their life, or based on whatever toxic defense mechanisms they built up within inside of themselves. Unfortunately, that's beginning to shed. They're starting to feel emotions that they didn't necessarily think, existed within them anymore. What does that necessarily look like? This might look like someone feeling lesser than, or feeling like they're in competition, or feeling like they're not good enough, or feeling like maybe you don't see them as somebody on your level or somebody who is valuable. That none of that has to be the truth, though. This is all their thoughts, right? Whoever this person is. So we have bold energy coming out, immature, King of Cups in the reverse, which solidifies both of those, as well as third party. So for some of you were dealing with someone who wanted to put you in competition with third party energy. That could be anything that they were trying to prioritize over this relationship, and they just kind of wanted you to be okay with it, deal with it, tolerate it. It is what it is. Suck it up and shut up type of thing. For others of you, this is someone who now feels the way that you're moving, there is somebody else in the mix. There's somebody else who's either getting your attention or someone else that you have set your eyes on. That really bothers them. That's sending them almost into a tailspin where they're not able to think logically. They want to be in control of their emotions with that King of Cups in the reverse, but the thoughts that's possessing their mind are a bit toxic in reference to you, especially if it has anything to do with you being involved with someone else, being in another relationship, being intimate with another person, or you having an idea that that's the better way to go, that you should start indulging in other people, other connections, to see if there's others better out there for you. It's really triggering them in so many different ways emotionally, that the control that they want to have over their emotions is only falling away from them, right? It gets further and further and further away, whereas they do have the emotions, but now it's almost as if they're emotionally out of control, like they're losing it emotionally in a sense. Okay, and because this is someone who is either younger than you or who hasn't really experienced as much life as you, or if they have experienced as much life as you, they just haven't taken the initiative to learn certain lessons. So they're not on the same level when it comes to emotional intelligence, right? So that would be why their approach is just so very petty and immature, and it doesn't fit this scenario like at all, especially if you put yourself in the mindset as someone who wants to win. This is not how you win, ma'am, sir, bruh, sis. But I digress. This is definitely somebody who you can't tell nothing, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. This definitely feels like somebody who feels like they know it all, feels like their way is the correct way. As soon as they come up with an idea, they feel like it's their way or the highway. They have already set in stone the ways that they wish to think, the way that they wish to move about in life, the way that they wish to do things. And nobody can deter or change that, even if the other person is right. It's very weird behavior. They kind of, even if they're wrong or incorrect, for the sake of not having to admit that somebody else is right, they'll stand 10 toes down in their wrongness, okay? They'll double down on it if they need to. That type of energy. So what I feel at this juncture, especially for those of you who have already began dating, if you have not began dating yet, this person thinks that you are dating. They do. Even if you're still engaging with them, the way that you're talking to them or handling them, they feel like you have too much composure. Right? Your feelings are composed. They're not able to trigger you emotionally in the same ways. They're not able to really get the same reactions out of you or get the same amount of enthusiasm or the same amount of time. There's just been a huge shift in your emotional connectivity to them that leads them to believe that there's either other people already around or this is where your thought processes are. You've already detached from them and you now have your eyes set on moving forward. Yeah, this is giving me the energy of somebody who feels like you're being sneaky. That doesn't have to be the truth though, y'all. This is just how they're viewing things. This is a very self-absorbed person. They only view things from their perspective, of course. So if somebody is no longer interested in me, then there must be someone else, right? No, you're not into yourself. You're into another person. Has to be. So I feel like this person is definitely emotionally illiterate, okay? They do not like the boundaries that you may have placed upon them at this juncture, especially when it comes to communications. And if you are, in fact, in another relationship, then you can intensify every emotion that I just stated by 1 billion. I do feel like this is somebody who wants to make a move, and the move that they make will be very, very bold. They want to bring you out of that peaceful energy, out of your zen, out of that tranquil kind of state that you appear to be in. They want to get you out of character in a sense. They don't like it. They want to be able to get an emotional reaction out of you. And I feel like this person is willing to really do whatever they need to. They will stoop very low to get this response out of you, is what it feels like. For some of you, they may even try to make you jealous with a third party. Only take that if it resonates. But with this King of Cups in the reverse, essentially we're dealing with a child emotionally. And they want your attention. So this is their attempt to gain this attention that they feel like they are well deserving of, or this attention that they once had a lot of access to that no longer is showing up for them in the same way or either with the same intensity. Okay? It's almost as if this person feels as though the more control you have over your feelings, the less control they have over you. And that is showing up as a problem. This is crazy. Whatever this action that they're going to take towards you is, it's going to be very bold. It may really shock you. It may really come as a surprise. So you need to prepare yourself. We have journey. This is somebody who may have planned this out for quite some time. Okay? They're thinking of the bigger picture. They might try to surprise you. This person is going to try to catch you off guard, is what I'm hearing. So then that way you don't have time to really think about your reaction. Oh my goodness. It also appears that they will be very aggressive in their approach as well. Protect yourself, guys. Be very careful, okay, about how you let this person into your energy. If you're still engaging with this person, they're very sneaky and manipulative because you don't have any idea that they're planning to really get a reaction out of you in order to regain a stance of power and control. Okay? Whatever this approach is, they feel like it's going to bring an abrupt halt to this journey that they feel like you're on, or this journey they feel like you're getting ready to embark on. Because this journey card has a 10. 10 is the end, okay? It's the end of a cycle. It's the end of an era. And it's the end of whatever bullshit you were tolerating in the past. You've awakened, right, to a new way of doing things. And you've also gotten a new appetite for change. It's a whole train in this card, right? So they can, of course, feel energetically And for some of you on a physical level, moving away from this. Traveling outside of what they feel like they controlled, which is you. And this connection, wow. This person definitely does not know how to communicate. They don't. We have separation, and that came out in the reverse. So that makes complete sense. This is somebody who doesn't know how to take rejection well. Okay? They take rejection as a direct threat to their ego, as a direct threat to their well-being, and to the emotions that they feel like they never had in the first place. Deception. So this is someone who's viewing your attempt to escape. That's what they're calling it, because this person does view you as someone who they had in their grasp, someone who they controlled, right? A mental imprisonment, like almost like they controlled your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, therefore, because they controlled the other two, they felt like they controlled your actions as well. So you moving outside of what they feel like you should be doing, they feel like this is deceptive energy, especially if you've already moved on to someone else or someone new, or if you're attempting to, right, release this baggage and get on this train to go into a new cycle. That's deceive. They feel like you're trying to deceive them. Yeah, it's almost as if this person wishes that you would just show up and curse them out, like tell them off, like F you, I'm out of here. But I feel like a lot of you are leaving very quietly. For some of you, without a peep. And to them, that's deceptive, because then they don't get a chance to plead their case. They don't get a chance to beg you. They don't get a chance to guilt trip you. They don't get a chance to, you know, do some petty shit. Okay? Like this. To stop you in your tracks. To throw you off your focus. Yeah. So you being so cool, calm, collective, composed, detached energetically and emotionally, to them is deceiving. That you're trying to deceive them, that you're trying to sneak away, in a sense. Wow. Which is crazy. Like, they have some nerve talking about deceptive and manipulative behavior. I would sneak away too. This person does have the ability to trigger you because they've done it in the past, you guys. They have. I feel it energetically. See? Yeah. They like to get people all up in their head with that 9 of Swords, get you worried, get you thinking that maybe a separation is not the best idea. You stepping outside of what your intuition is telling you and having a conversation with this person about your plans has always backfired. You always ended up right back in the same trap. And now you're not moving like that anymore. You're moving in silence, even. For the betterment of yourself. You're listening to your intuition. You're listening to the divine. Right? You're using your discernment to make moves instead of, you know, instead of filling them in. So they view that as deceiving behavior. We have the 6 of Cups. Wow. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yikes. For some of you, you were married to this person for sure. Only take that if it resonates, okay? It's a soulmate connection. But you couldn't trust this person's judgment anymore. You began to realize whenever you would let this person know what your plans are, right? I'm about to leave you. I'm done. I'm about to be over this. We're about to be finished. You have one more time to do da. You filling them in never really led to a happy ending. Right? This person knows how to manipulate emotions very well with that King of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like when you would share with them, just when you were on the brink of cutting shit off, their deceptive energy and their toxic ways would lead them to do one of two things. Either they're going to show up and tell you, baby, things are going to change. We're going to be married. Like, I'm here to make you happy. Like, shit can't change overnight. Okay? You have to give me a chance. Or I'm going to do this, and that to fix it. And this anxiety and worry and, you know, mental torture would be removed for a little while. And it will also feel very soothing in the moment because it is a soulmate and this is someone that you wanted all of that with. So when they start talking that shit that you want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Then you have more, it's more of a likelihood that you will stick around. Or they start a fight. And the fight would also keep you within their energy. Throws your energy off. Right? It's like an energetic transfer. So now you're mad. Now you're in your feelings. Now you can't stop thinking about what transpired. You're not even around them, but you're arguing with them in your head and thinking about what you could have said or what you should have said and how you gonna say it the next time and right? Then it's all up in your head with it. So one of two ways, either way, they still stay in your energy and they win. That's how they view this. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So now that you're not telling them or sharing with them your moves, they only can speculate. That's it. So their speculations are saying that you're either involved with someone else, you're fucking someone else, you are looking to go towards someone else. All those things might not be true, or they might be true. Either way it goes, they do know that this is coming to the end of an era. So it's almost as if their desperate attempt is going to be a very, very bold move, you guys, okay? Aggressive and bold move to try and relinquish control. Try and relinquish power. And try to get a space back in your ear to tell you what should be done or what they're going to do and get you to believe some shit. Whew, child. Six of Swords in the reverse. That makes sense. Page of Cups. Look at that. That's that offer again, right? Very small offer. A little small. Small. Olive branch. Gesture of hope, right? False hope, of course, but something of substance. Page of Cups can also signify like an empty offer, meaning it's like full of words, believable words nonetheless, but there's not much action that comes after those words when we're talking Page of Cups energy. Wow. This person might be spying on you, looking on social media. If they know your passwords to your social media accounts, only take that if it resonates. That's what I just heard. You're going to need to change those passwords. They want to know desperately. They desperately want to know if you've deceived them and moved on to another person. Moved on to somebody who can actually make you happy. Now, for me to say that, this is someone who knows that they were not able to make you happy in this connection. And that was actually never the goal, you guys. It wasn't, with the Devil card here. This could be a Capricorn for some of you, but not all of you. The goal is to ensure access for a lifetime. Okay, look at those chains. The goal is to get you to believe that something that's actually really toxic for you, you can't live without. The goal is to get you to think that they have your best interests at heart. Therefore, you will listen to them. And every time you listen to them prior, you always end up here. But the goal is to get you to not remember that. And only remember the things that make you feel good with that Devil card energy in order to repeat the cycle. Wow. What do they actually feel? Like, what are the actual feelings here? This just feels like somebody who just does not care. You know what I mean? See, Five of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, they don't give a fuck, you guys. And the Knight of Wands. This is definitely somebody who just kind of wants their way. Flighty energy, very, very fast moving type of person, but they're also Knight of Wands gives me the energy of a person that goes very quickly towards what it is that they feel will be best for them, will be best for their lives, will be best for their situation. So this person does in fact have an addiction to you as well. I do believe that there was some form of addictive energy on your end also, but for a great majority of you, that is no longer the case. You separated yourself from the emotional aspect of things and you've been getting a lot more logical. Okay, you've just been looking at straight facts. Forget emotions, forget heart chakra and all of that stuff. You want that third eye popped open. You want the intuitive downloads and you want to view things from a logical aspect. And that's what you've been doing. So this person's addictive qualities and their addictive energies towards what you provided for them, whether they told you or not that they were addicted to this, whether they showed it or not, that's the only thing that they feel at this juncture, that they have to bring this back into attachment. They do not like you feeling detached. They don't like the detached energy at all, at all. This is also someone, you guys, and now I'm getting disgusted. Let me take a breath. Let me just woosah. Let's just woosah it out, y'all. Because y'all know I will curse a motherfucker smooth. I will curse you smooth the fuck out, ma'am, sir, bruh, sis. This is also someone, they have gotten visual downloads in the 5D, in dream form, whatever. They do know the ending of this cycle leads to your happiness. So this is someone who wants to stand in direct opposition with your happiness. They want to step directly in front of this train. They don't want that train moving nowhere, baby. They do not. So whatever offer they give, whatever it is that this person says, whatever tactic that they use, please keep in mind that what you need, what you want, what you desire is not at the forefront of their mind. It's not even a thought. They haven't thought about it once, y'all. Not even once. I just want to mollywop this person right over their fucking head. This is beyond addictive, guys. This is more of an obsession now. For somebody to be this dedicated, but lack any emotions. It's like wanting to have you and possess you just for the sake of saying that they got you. Like on a leash or some shit. In a cage somewhere. I almost get the energy of someone who does deal with other people with this Knight of Wands, y'all. Don't play with it, okay? Of course, take it if it resonates, but this is a very deceptive behavior that I'm feeling. Knight of Wands, third party energy. And there is no real emotion here, you guys. The amount of emotion is very, very small. And their emotions that they have for you really stem from what you've done for them and how you've made them feel, not vice versa. So it's more of an obsession, and it's an obsessive thought of caging you. They almost want to entrap you mentally and make you stick yourselves to them, or make you chase and work for this relationship and work for this happiness that's never gonna come. While simultaneously, that's some devil shit, like an actual devil, you guys. Because what? While simultaneously knowing if you were to release this baggage, whether there's history or not, and hop on this train and go into the next cycle, that's where your happiness resides. I have never seen something so toxic in my life. And it's almost as if they were to be successful, okay, with chaining you to this, getting you addicted to this, getting you obsessed with this again, getting you all up in your head again, they're not going to deal with you exclusively. They're then going to move on to their next victim. They like this. It's almost as if this person likes to collect people. They like a lot of people to be enamored with them, and they don't settle down with just one. They like the idea of having a lot of people attached and addicted to them and obsessed with them. Even if you're not obsessed with being with them, they like being in a lot of people's thoughts. So it feels like that's the bold move, right? Approach you quickly with that Knight of Wands. That's quick energy, in and out. But it's very hot and cold. So they will come in very hot, very heavy, bold, aggressive, all that. They might say whatever they need to say with the least amount of action as possible to back up what it is that they're trying to offer. And just as soon as they have you attached mentally again with that Devil card and the Nine of Swords, then they're out of here. And there's third party energy here. So they're on to another. This is taking a lot out of me, you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. can I say something, you guys? Because this is just very odd behavior, you know? For someone to be this obsessed with ruining someone's happiness or ruining someone's ability to attain happiness in an allotted amount of time, because what's for you will never miss you. I always say that. You will get this 10 of Cups. It's showing up in your reading, but it's just a matter of how soon. And this is a blockage. This is a person who is actively, purposefully, and intentionally trying to prolong this. Also, without having any intention of being the 10 of Cups for you. They have no intentions of doing that. So what I wanted to say is, it almost feels like, you guys, it almost feels like this person has been trying to get you back for something, I don't know what it was, since the very beginning of this connection. It feels very personal, like a personal vendetta. And you might not have even realized that you insulted them, that you endangered their ego, that you triggered insecurities, that you made them question their self-worth, that you made them, feel bad. You may not have even realized when it happened. This 3 of Swords, they're saying, is mirrored. So there's something that you said or did, or the way you treated this person, that put all 3 swords into this heart chakra of theirs, and they've been trying to get you back ever since. This is also the reason why you would have had a lot of painful cycles with this person, you guys, if this is your story. This 9 of Swords, this is a 10 in the 9 of Swords. It's a lot of cycles separating, break up to make up, break up to make up, broken promises, false hopes. I will say that the makeup sex, if you did have that, was off the charts. God damn. I mean, like, woo. Almost enough to make you forget about what the fuck they did, just for them to do that shit all over again. And they get you to keep you from going into a cycle of more balance and happiness for yourself. They've done it before anyway. So it feels like a personal vendetta for that to have been several cycles, and they're still attempting to do it right now, y'all. This is blowing me right now. Look. Yes. They feel like this is fated for you. Like they're in control. Like they feel like they're in control of your fate, and it's fated for them to be able to do this to you over and over and over again. And this person might be unwell, you guys. They might be a few fries short of a Happy Meal. Because I don't even feel like what brought them to this instance, I don't feel like it's as intense as they're making it appear, in my opinion, right? I don't like to invalidate people's feelings, but it doesn't feel like this is valid. It doesn't feel like their vendetta against you doesn't feel valid. So I have to go with that. So they're giving me an example. It could have been something as simple as you turned them down initially. So either they were interested in you, or they tried to talk to you and you turned them down for your own reasons. It might not have even been for personal reasons. Or if you did give them a chance, you may have just really swerved them in the beginning, right? Or maybe you didn't dive in head first when they wanted you to move fast. There was something at the beginning that rubbed them the wrong way, and they've been trying to get you back ever since. This is damn ridiculous. Are you kidding me? And they're still doing it. Now, if you have not gotten out of this, I would truly advise you to do so. I do not trust this person. I wouldn't put anything past them. Okay? On any level, right? I don't want to get too dark with it, but this is somebody who does not, love is not even in question right now. This is somebody who doesn't even like you. They do not have your best interest at heart. I'm almost hearing the term sleeping with the enemy, y'all. Okay? It's the highest level of deception is what they're saying. With that King of Cups in the reverse, it almost gives me the energy of somebody who does show up as having a cup of love, but their love is actually poisonous. They only show emotions, love, and connectivity sexually for some of you. And even if they do express emotions, it's only with the benefit of getting people addicted and obsessed. But you in particular, they do know what you deserve. They do know where you're heading energetically. They do. But they feel like you don't deserve it because of what you did to them initially. Whether you turned them down, whether you chose someone else over them, whether you made them wait, right? For anything. It's something very small that caused a huge injury to their ego. I'm almost hearing narcissistic injury. Yikes. I can't. This is very heavy. It's heavy, you guys, energetically. If you have resonated with this, you got to be more strategic here. Because even if you feel like you've escaped, even if you're already at the train station, I don't get the idea that this is somebody who's stopping anytime soon. I don't. I just don't. Because they've already made it up in their mind that you're not going to get here. They, through hell and high water, they're going to make sure that you don't make it here. They told me to switch. Yeah, they're going to try their damnedest to make sure that you don't make it to this juncture. Yikes. I have never seen a reading like this before. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever. Like ever. Alright. So we have someone chasing you. We have somebody who's going to be very bold and aggressive. And it is not with the intent of being with you. Absolutely not. They're actually going to move on just as quickly as you attach. Yikes. Let's go on over to the extended, okay? I can't. We're going to start right out where I want, okay? I want to know what karma is currently approaching this person. What are they scheduled to face karmically in this next cycle, which is very deserving. I'm totally disgusted by this person and by their just addictive obsession with hurting you, with breaking your heart, with breaking you down, and the delays that they're trying to cause because of some small ego injury. Are you kidding me? Okay? So I definitely want to see that. Hopefully that's a karmic cycle that will stop them in their tracks, but they do feel like they're a very persistent energy. They feel like you deserve this. Oh my God. I can't. I also want to see if there have been any significant changes within this person, okay, between this point and the point that they reach you, if they ever make it there. I want to know if they have made any significant changes. Now, of course, I pop my shit, but it's free will, you guys, right? You're going to choose what's best for you, and you'll choose the best avenue for you. So we still need to see if those significant changes are worth you even having a conversation, y'all, for real. Like, I'm just saying, but I'm gonna look anyway. I also want to see their next steps and their intentions. Super important for you to prepare yourself. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. This is an enemy, you guys. Okay? You've had an enemy in your bed this whole time. I don't even know if you knew. I don't know if you knew. I want to know so you can prepare yourself as they began this action and movement towards you. Let's also look at the potential outcome. No judgment, of course, even though I said what I said. You can do what you like. I'm going to look at both. Whether you decide to re-engage with this or go in the opposite direction of new love, which we will have also. New love reading. I'll look at both potential outcomes. I also want to see what blockages need to be removed in order for you to have a shield placed around you that will keep all toxicity out once you make it into this next cycle of happiness, so that you can keep that frequency going. All right. It does look like you may have more than one person who can see your future, right? They might not even know that that's what they're feeling energetically, but it's like they know that you're elevating beyond a point that they will be able to have access. This could be all kinds of connections. It feels like more than one person now. So I want to know what blockages need to be removed so you can protect yourself energetically, keep that vibration as high as possible so that toxic people are not able to infiltrate your happy cycle. Okay? You'll be invisible to them. That's what we want. I also am going to go right into new love after that, okay? Let's see what new beautiful energies you have approaching you. We already have the 10 of Cups. So we do have a relationship coming in. This is one that has the potential to go all the way. And that is so beautiful. And I feel like it's so deserving based on all of these cycles that you've been through. You've learned this lesson. There's no more to learn here. It really isn't. there is nothing else to see, is what I just heard. So I want to see, how will you know which of the energies in this next cycle is this 10 of Cups? Because it does feel like you'll have several people coming towards you. And if you remove those blockages that I just mentioned a moment ago, then all of these people will be vibrating on a very high frequency, because you're going to be invisible to all toxicity. But let's see, what specific sign will you get from Spirit to signify this 10 of Cups? This is also going to signify the person that you should possibly put the most of your efforts and focus on and into. I want to see what the most attractive qualities about them are. What do they find most attractive about you? Why are they single? Okay, according to them and their exes. What are their truest intentions moving forward with you? How is the chemistry between you and this newer energy in and out of the bedroom? And what is the potential for things to go all the way into union? With the 10 of Cups here, we already know that answer, but how soon can we expect that to happen? Like, can it happen within the next couple of months or year? Okay. I'll also get your advice, of course. This is going to be advice directly from the divine on what you need to focus on in order to speed up momentum towards your life of fulfillment and happiness, the life that you desire, the quality of life that you've been trying to manifest. How can you bring that about in the least amount of time? Okay, so please click that like button as well as the subscribe button. Oh, we gonna cut up. I might even cuss them out. I've been trying to hold my composure, but they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna go in. I'm going in. I feel like it. I just feel it. I feel it. Okay, click the subscribe button. I'm gonna put the link for the extended down in the description box. Can't even get my words out, y'all. They got me flustered. I'm gonna put that link for the extended down in the description box. Let's all woosah, and I'm gonna see y'all over in the extended. I'm gonna cuss their ass out. I'm gonna cuss them out.